Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Berkeley and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her formal obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the majority of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on the training collar. And we're going to be using the training collar that you sent Berkeley to school with, and you'll be taught how to use that most effectively during your follow-up training session. Now, Berkeley is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. The command is Berkeley heel, and at this point she has a job to do, and that is to match pace with you when walking. And each time that you stop your feet, whether it's to cross traffic or talk to a neighbor, she should be sitting automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So when you're walking your dog, you have a nice loose leash walking, in spite of distraction or anything that may come along. And if she doesn't sit automatically, you'll hear Fred say no, sit, as he gives that little tug and release on the training collar. She's doing a good job. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and this exercise can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. The long sit stay in basic obedience training is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. And please practice this because it really helps to develop her self-control. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her as an additional distraction, returning all the way back around to heel. And once he gets back to heel and praises her, she expects to get another command, and they take off heeling again. She's a smart little girl, but she's got a big personality like most schnauzers. Fred leaves her in another sit stay. And you can lengthen out your time and your distance on these. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Fred uses her name in a happy voice, and he calls her right in front and has her sit facing his knees. And that eliminates any jumping problems, and coming to you is always a happy command. We always want her to associate coming with a good thing. And you can see the little tail is up. Fred leaves her in another sit stay, and he's going to demonstrate the come on command again. Calls her in, he talks her in, tells her she's good, and then when she gets right in front of his knees, she should sit. And then back to heeling and back sitting. We've so enjoyed having her. She's really been a pleasure. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down. And stay. The long down stay when you're practicing at home is for 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And again, practice right in your living room. All of these commands are designed for everyday living situations, and we'll be going over that with you when we bring her home. Fred's going to return all the way back around her just as he did on the sit stay as an additional distraction, and she should remain lying down until she gets another command. And he tells her to heel again. And we will demonstrate that down from a heel position one more time. The down command is one of the commands that I think I hear most often, that when the owners get the dogs home, the dog won't do it. So left open palm, straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. This time, instead of returning back to her, Fred's going to use her name and call her in. She comes in wagging, but she sat. Good job. We got icicles crashing behind us. Lots of distraction for these guys today. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. So with your dog seated at your left, you leave her in a stay. You walk out to face her. This is the only time that you use your right hand to give the command. And she downs from a distance. Very nicely done. Now we've demonstrated for you her heeling, her automatic sits, her stays, her down from a distance, and her come. We're going to be showing you and explaining to you how these fit into your everyday living situations so that everybody in your home can be happier. She's done a terrific job, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.